D block.
Right. Hey.
Hey.
Gosh. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys were sitting there.
Wow.
Imagine that. Hey, we made it.
You point and click. It's episode 3.
Episode 3. Can you believe it?
Is this what a three-way feels like?
Yeah. Well, I think it is.
I hope not. But
Well,
it's still a good feeling.
That's a sad three-way if that's the case.
You, me, and some earphones.
Oh, boy.
Mm.
Well, I can pull up something on my
We could do
laptop
that.
and
Pipe that through.
yeah.
That'd be
Episode
awesome.
3, man. That's crazy. They haven't shut us down. They haven't canceled us.
Yeah. Free speech.
Our wives haven't kicked us out.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
still going.
Yeah, we still have the garage.
We're
Well, kicked out is probably a relative
right.
because we're not inside.
Yeah, well, this is technically
Outside.
a sad dad space.
Yeah,
Really.
outside.
We're just kind of banished to our own space. But hey, we're back. We're the Sad Dads Club podcast, and we're glad you're here. And, we want you guys to share us if you can. If you know people that you think might want to listen, we see a slight uptick in our listenership.
Ship share? Ship.
And we'd love to see that improve and just, get it out there. And so you can get to us at our website, saddadsclub.net. You can subscribe there, or you can take a link out to all the other cool places like the iTunes store and
Google Play
store and
Spotify. Yep.
You can hit us there. You can also email us at saddadsclubpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear feedback. Please, we wouldn't mind it. I mean,
it's good.
Don't hold back.
Certainly like to cover something funny, or if someone had a question about something we referenced from the last show.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
and
hit
then we're on Facebook, facebook.com/saddadspodcast. And we're also on Twitter, and that's at saddadspodcast. And go like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on Twitter. And let's kind of grow. We want to grow this. We want more people to listen. So
Yeah, I think too we're going to start pushing more traffic to Twitter as we reference some of the local places that we hit or speak about here in the podcast. We're going to make sure that we get those out on Twitter and rope those people in, so that way they know that we're talking about them. That's good for them, good for us, and
because we have places we like around town.
Absolutely.
And we like to talk about it too. I've been told by people in my past that I should have my own Yelp for restaurants.
Right. Because we're foodies.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really like that word foodie, but
What? Why not?
I don't know. It just seems pretentious. I mean, I'm a fat guy, if that's what you're asking.
I'm not a photo foodie guy, but I enjoy a good, well put together plate of just about any type of dish.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to go out to eat, and I like to cook. So those are things I really enjoy.
Yeah. So I think as we hit any of those spaces, we've got tons to share.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we're here, and we got that out of the way, and we're episode 3. We got some interesting feedback from one of our Sad Dads Club members, actually, Ted, who is not on the show with us, but he lives many miles, 3,000 miles away. He contacted us over the week, which is funny because he doesn't pop in there very often, and all of a sudden one day he popped in there for an hour.
Yeah. It's like I listened to the podcast.
Yeah, I listened to the podcast, and hey.
Remember that time we changed the Hangout names? I'm looking up all the Hangout names.
Yeah, so last week we talked about the how we got the podcast name and where it came from, a Google Hangouts name of our Hangout. And Ted decided he was going to go back through the archives and find out all of the names of that Hangout, which is pretty funny. And there are a bunch of really funny ones that we just thought we'd share, because I think Sad Dads Club, while that was a funny story that got us here, some of these other ones are just hilarious.
Yes.
And I have one that says we had a name that said the diaper pail and toddler puke. I don't even know who
There had to have been a story there, and that's what's funny is as he was rattling these off, I'm like,
I mean,
I don't even
remember
remember the joke that was there.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
what
I
was that?
remember the name, but I don't remember what it was attached to.
No, yeah. So I have 3 dudes and a crotchety old fart. It was probably a Toast reference.
I wonder who the
had to
out
be.
of the 4 of us, who was the
Anyway.
crotchety. The Lord Foo's Springy Thingy Repair was another name of the hangout.
It was probably like a home fix thing.
Yeah. Or
Water
like, did your
heater?
garage door springs break or
Maybe.
something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Had to have been a device thing, maybe. USDA Prime Sausage Fest.
Yeah.
Because there was no ladies
No,
in
no.
the Sad Dads Club hangout. So
No,
it was all
no
about
chicks.
Sausage Fest.
Yeah. Oh, well, this one kind of leads into Sad Dads. Blood, Sausage, and Sadness.
I don't even
I don't even remember that one.
No. It was something tells me it was
I think
really bad.
Yeah, if you're eating blood sausage, personally, that leads right into sadness.
I don't think I've had blood sausage.
I don't think I ever want to.
I think it gets me queasy just thinking about
Oh, God.
it.
Ugh.
The Lumberyard Crew.
The Lumberyard
That's
Crew.
a running joke with the Grass Valley folks.
That is, yeah, the lumber.
Taking lumber to some mom's house. Sorry, kids.
And this one really cracks me up. Pimento loaf and puppy breath. That's the name of the hangout.
Man. That was some serious drugs.
I mean, that's another one. I don't really care much for pimento loaf. And I don't care for puppy breath, that's for sure. When my dog is breathing on me and he's got that nasty breath.
What? Puppy breath's the best.
Oh. Babies smell good, but puppies and dogs in general,
What?
don't care for the smells.
Oh
of
my
them.
God, puppy breath.
Really?
Yeah, man. And when Armageddon, our Boston Terrier, when he grew out of the puppy breath, now it's just like this second stomach smell.
It's like the front end fart.
Yeah, oh, it is, and
Yeah.
it's his breath all the time. It's
Oh.
absolutely terrible. Plus, I think he goes out and snacks on the other dog's poop.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So then when he has his little verps, it's just like, oh God, please. And they all sleep on the bed, so it's terrible.
Can dogs not be smart enough not to eat their own shit? I don't get that.
I think it's a thing.
We have an adopted Chihuahua named Nacho. And I remember one time my daughter didn't quite make it to the toilet and she had diarrhea in the bathroom. Nacho
No. Oh, he did.
Nacho had a meal out of the
Oh.
fucking diarrhea.
Whee.
Oh, dude. I swear to God, I will never let that dog lick me again.
Oh.
Because that just...
It certainly changes it when you know that they've eaten something absolutely terribly foul.
Yes.
And you're like,
you...
it doesn't smell like, and that's the filter, right? When it used to smell like puppy breath, you knew, it's innocent. There's no way this dog's been eating something it shouldn't because it always smells like puppy breath. Once a dog gets out of puppy breath, it's like, I know where you've been. I know the things you've done.
Oh, dude, that is the worst.
You're terrible.
The worst. Anyway. What else we got? Name-wise, you got...
3 Ninjas and Ted. I think that had to do with when we were really going deep into ingress, and Ted was either probably getting ready to move or something, and he was.
and he probably wasn't playing much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, guys."
Now this one really makes me laugh. Corned beef and fresh hot glove. What is a fresh hot glove? I'm just picturing having to like
Some
bend
sort of
over
Arby's
and
special
cough.
sandwich.
Oh God. Oh,
Yeah.
have a fresh hot glove sandwich at
Fresh hot
Arby's.
glove. Yeah. That meat's been sitting around all day.
Oh,
Fresh
boy.
hot glove.
Fresh hot glove.
2 for 1 at Arby's.
Boy.
Hashtag sorry, Arby's.
I think Arby's is used to it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I don't know anyone that
Thing
eats
a while
at
back.
Arby's.
Did you see that? It was like a year plus ago where that very faith-based lady was commenting on how many boyfriends Taylor Swift had and made a link between how many boyfriends and how loose Taylor Swift must be to a roast beef RV sandwich
Oh, geez.
for privates. I'm like,
Well,
a little too much.
I remember hearing...
And now all the her followers are all seeing this. I'm like, way to go, lady. Number one.
Well, I remember on was the Jim Rome show. I used to listen to a lot of sports talk radio. Jim Rome.
Yeah.
And that was a joke on his show, was a fresh, hot, open face roast beef sandwich, which wasn't the sandwich, it was lady parts.
Oh.
So that was a joke on the show, like almost every day, the fresh hot beef, fresh hot roast beef open face sandwich got brought up, and it was just funny every time.
Probably wouldn't go over too well in this climate.
Yeah, that was a long time ago when I used to listen to Jim Rome. Oh boy. All right, anything else we want to share?
Those are the good ones.
All right.
But just to show that they were there. And I think the interesting thing at the end of his like culling of the archives was how far back the Hangout went. Like, we've been squad for years, couple years.
Yeah. Well, and in all fairness too, I mean, I've known Ted for
right, and you knew,
really
coming
long
into this,
time. So
you knew Ted.
Yeah, since I guess like 6th grade.
Yeah, Toast and I are the outsiders to that.
Yeah,
and
you're like a hick from the hills.
And Ted and Toast knew each other.
They knew each other separate,
but they were playing together Ingress before I was roped into that.
Right
there. I don't know by how far, but they were.
Ted was the reason why I got into playing Ingress. Yeah. Anyway,
oddball.
So anyway, so all right, so kind of moving along. What kind of stuffs we have on the weekend? Did you do anything good?
I did. I played my first Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game.
You mentioned that. How was that?
It was interesting. It's interesting to play a game where your imagination is driving the story. And my brother, me and my brother share a lot of gaming commonalities, like threads between the two of us. This was just one space where he's at the top of the mountain compared to me. Like, I had no experience with it. And generally every other place in gaming, us being both gamers, we're same footing. We can talk generally about, game development, games we're playing, milestones as quests, this, that, and the other thing, gaming news, all that stuff. But Dungeons and Dragons and card-based games were all his thing. It's a black box to me.
So is it like, did he also play like Magic the Gathering kind of thing?
He did.
Okay.
He did. So he was into the cards, a lot more into Pokemon, and those things. Whereas video games for me were just like the stuff on consoles.
That's a video game to me too.
Yeah, the consoles.
Well,
PC console.
I mean, Dungeons and Dragons is kind of a board game, right? I mean, really.
This is different. I mean, I'm sure there is a game, but this is, it's like choose your own adventure based off of, you pick all of the stats and things that make up your character. So you create something from your imagination.
So you're doing this ahead of time before you start playing?
Yeah, you have like what they call like a 0 session, which essentially you make your character, and relative to the rules set within the game, you're using dice to determine your hit points and your other stats and your traits, and you can leave it all up to the dice.
I see. So it's either totally random or it's up to you.
Yeah. And you get, so we have this 0 session, and then we got into our first, like essentially our first quest, the first chapter of this story. And he drives it, and based off of the roles and whatnot and how we interact with like the choose your own adventure part, he creates a narrative relatively on the fly. And so it's like a campfire-based story about gaming and your character that you make up. An absolutely different way to play a game. It's different for me, and my brother is probably one of the best people I would know to lead that kind of thing, because he knows it top to bottom. It was like me for Ingress or playing Destiny. Brett is for Dungeons and Dragons, from what I've seen. Absolutely just blew my mind.
Is there an end to it, or can you just keep going on?
Yeah, it has an end. Some stories, I believe, are just relative to how you want to tell the story. So it may not end. This, I believe, has a start, middle, and end.
So what you're saying is it's sort of like writing a novel.
Yeah.
As you're going along.
Right. So it's a choose your own adventure. So there are certain points, I believe. So part of the way that Brett has us playing, he doesn't want you to. I mean, you could pull up the book that we're playing from, and you could see the points that you're going to hit. But he wants us to. You want to fly blind, so that way he can tell the story, and you can experience a story as he tells it, without asking like, "Is there a light switch on the wall? Should I need to light a campfire?" Because you've read the story, you know that mentioning something about a fire will get you the next hint to the thing. So you, based on your asks and interactions with what he's prompting you with, he creates the story. Eventually, I think he nudges you towards, you got to get to a river crossing. And if you're busy wandering around in the forest for too long, I think
I see.
He
funnels you a bit.
So there are high points that you have to hit, and then you go from there. It was 3 hours. It was a bunch of dads, so he had earmarked some time. All gentlemen that I hadn't played with, all really nice guys. Had a beer while we were there. And I think
had a beer?
I had a beer. It was a Blue Moon. It was really good. I like the pails.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yeah, or I think Blue Moon is more of a Belgian white or
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
I'm not an IPA guy.
See, I don't know the beers. But I know it was Blue Moon, and I know I like Blue Moon.
Yeah.
All right. Or the Hefeweizens with the oranges. Anyway, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
That's cool.
Booked the Focus for the tinting, which turned out really well.
It looks good.
Yes.
That car is mean.
Tint Pros down on Riverside. Amazing.
I had them do some, just a 4-inch tint strip I had on my windshield before I had to get my windshield replaced. To keep the sun out of my eyes, because certain times of the commute, it's just right through the mirror, and they do good work.
I had forgotten, and I think so I've had the Focus almost a year, and we had the WRX was tinted almost the same tint levels, and I remember when I had taken the WRX in and gotten the Focus, the first couple times going up and down Riverside Vernon and not having tint in the background, tint in the back window, the amount of trucks in this area with the lift kits and the high beam discharge, oh my God, it's
right
like you're asking for a migraine. The amount of driving we do for ingress around town, or just casual stuff, and being that low, especially in the Focus, which is just a slight bit lower, everything was right in my eyes. I'm like, man, I missed this.
Yeah.
Finally, almost a year later, I get the windows tinted. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the way it was supposed to be.
Yes. And it looks tough.
It's all black. Everything is black. It's amazing.
It looks like paint.
It's crazy.
The windows look like they are black paint.
Yeah. Really nice people, super accommodating. We didn't remember, or I think we didn't have our proof that we had taken the Subaru in, and the lady said, "Don't worry about it," and she gave us a 5% discount anyway.
Oh, nice.
Really nice, super professional. I have no complaints about the job, and they were the first place we took it to anyway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Local business. It was awesome.
Yeah, Tint Pros on Riverside, if anyone cares.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just had them do a little 4-inch tint strip on my old car, the car I have now. But that car already had tint on it by the time I took it to them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to West House on, what was that, Saturday?
Yeah, that was fun.
You know what's interesting is seeing all of the upgrades that they've done to the West House
Yeah.
since we've been patrons.
Yes.
Because we used to go there when it was, I would dare say, dive bar.
Well, that's pretty much what it was.
But it was like the major under construction stuff with the pole in the back. And I don't remember even actually caring much or being aware that they were doing a lot of the renovations that they were. I think we skipped a couple of weeks, and then we went in there one week, and all of a sudden they had new ceiling, new fans, new bar.
Yeah.
And we're like,
everything.
where's the pole?
Yeah.
We kind of need the pole to do the jokes.
Yeah.
You know?
They had like a temporary bar in the back.
Yeah.
While they were renovating the front, and then when they
I was unaware of.
Yeah. Oh, you were.
I'm like, maybe it's just a space, and it's a storage, and this is the dive bar.
Oh,
that's how it was. And then so we were there on Saturday, and they had the area that they had expanded to that like pretty much butts right up against Monk Cellar, and they can roll up the walls where the band is, and they had a live band in there. Sounded really good.
Yep.
And you could just sit on the street and
that
listen
was
to the band.
Most people I had seen in there.
Yeah, it was a Oktoberfest thing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. But that was the most people I'd seen in there since we've been going to the West House was Saturday night.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
Busy. Yeah.
Well, they handled it. We just had to send the ladies up to the bar to get
show the boob.
Show the boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't get drinks.
No. You went up there though. You got drinks.
I showed my boobs.
Oh.
Yeah, Jimmy's all over that.
No. Man, Cleveland.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna cover it. What'd you do?
I didn't do jack this weekend. I seriously did.
Did you fix the toilet?
No, that's Data's job. I can't get my arm in there. Data's got to do that.
Hold him to the fire and tell him to fix that shit?
I will make sure he fixes it this weekend.
God damn it, Data's.
Yeah, plus he skipped out on us tonight.
What was he doing?
There's a pumpkin thing going on at the Placer County Fairgrounds in Auburn.
Pumpkin carving?
It's like this.
The one up by Placer?
Yeah.
Did you hear that there was a shooting yesterday?
No.
Believe a dad went to
bullet still ricocheting around?
No, it was he killed an ex at a tire. I would hate to get it wrong, but shot an ex by Placer.
By Placer High School?
Placer High School. So the school went in lockdown, fearing that the dad was going to get the kid. High-speed chase up 80.
Oh.
And they found his car at Clipper Gap. But they had ended up having to call it off. So he ditched the car and probably got picked up by homie in Clipper Gap.
Yeah. Well, they went up to up there. There's something going on at I don't know what it is. It's like a pumpkin fest thing.
That's not a pumpkin spice thing, is it? God, I can't stand that.
I don't know. No, I don't know. As far as I know, it's like decorated pumpkin thing that you pay to go through kind of deal. And he was going with his girlfriend and a couple friends.
I like carving pumpkins. Do you?
I like carving pumpkins, but I don't want to go pay money to look at other pumpkins.
Yeah. No. Oh, you had to pay.
Yeah.
No.
I think if you didn't have a Groupon, it was like $20.
Daddy says no to that. I ain't got no time to pay to see people pumpkins.
No, other people's.
I go to Bishop's and look at pumpkins.
I don't want to go there either.
Are you going to go to the maze?
This weekend we're supposed to go to the maze.
How long has it been open? When did we go?
It's been a few weeks. Yeah,
well,
so it'll be good and trampled by the time we get there.
Well, they'll have more things, right? Because they didn't have any of the... They didn't have the food and
apparently,
the caramel corn and the
from
whatnot.
what I heard, the food got shut down because the county there wants them to pour concrete for food safety, blah, 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 blah.
Really?
And then the farm people are like, no, we don't want it because this is different every year.
Yeah.
And so they just aren't doing food.
Oh.
Like, well, screw it.
Oh.
So
I'm trying to think. When we went, do they normally do like cook food?
I think they have like burgers and stuff that you can buy, but I don't think we ever bought food there. We just buy pumpkins
Oh,
and the corn maze.
the popcorn. I think Mike got the kids popcorn last year. They didn't even have popcorn this year. I don't even think they had.
I don't think
Because we were going to do like the hot chocolate. And
I don't think they're allowed to serve anything.
any food.
Mm.
Wow. What a,
So I heard that's
blanket.
the reason why they don't have anything.
it was still fun.
Yeah, no, I enjoy. You know, it's funny because when we go through the pumpkin maze, I'm always the guy that like pulls everybody through the pumpkin maze. So I have to hold the map and figure out where we are the whole time.
Oh my God. You can't go with Dragon then.
Why?
Dragon gets huffy, pissy.
Really?
Hashtag hi Dragon. You have to experience the maze without the map.
What? That's
And
the
if
whole
she
reason for
catches
the
you
map.
with the map, balls are getting busted.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See, to me, that's part of the challenge is to take that map and translate it into where you're going. Most people cannot
I think
do
a
that.
lot of part is like the discovery. So I think it's some of it.
I
I'm a
just feel like
hybrid. I'm a hybrid.
Well, I totally understand that. I do understand that.
Yeah.
But you could those mazes are so big.
Oh yeah.
You could spend hours lost in there.
I think Sarah really needs to have the map. Hashtag hi Sarah. Sarah would like to map all the time, I think. Dragon wants discovery.
It's
I'm
the
somewhere
same-
in between.
It's the
like
same every
you give me
corner.
like a left, right, left, and we can use the trees, and I'm cool with it until we get lost a couple times, and
and
when
then you start
you're with
losing
the
your
kids,
patience.
and it's like, are the kids getting bored yet? You can only get tackled into the corn so many times before you're like, okay, where are we at? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's still fun either way, but it's interesting to see different people's perspective on how do you attack the maze.
I am very methodical about it, and
Yeah.
I want to go through I want to make sure that I have made it through the maze and pulled everybody through. But
Yeah.
at the same time, what my point was I've always been the one to make sure that we've always made it through and out,
Yeah.
without cheating and whatever.
Oh yeah.
I
can't
don't want to
stand-
be that guy this time. I want someone else to take the reins and do it.
Who usually goes with you?
We've had a mixed bag. We've had my in-laws go, the kids go. We've had girlfriends and boyfriends go. At one point, my brother and his
I think that gets.
girlfriend was
Does that
here.
not get harder the longer the maze is up though? Because I think what made it
No, it
much
gets
more
easier.
interesting this year was the not being able to see through the corn.
That's the point.
The other paths.
Yeah.
It made the maze feel much more obviously immersive because you
Yes.
can't see around it.
That's what I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year there was a bunch
good.
of corn that was knocked down and
Yeah.
that made for it's like, oh well, I can see
And it was interesting too. So this time when we went, I think even though it was the second day, some of the things that weren't necessarily clues that we were picking up on the first time we went, because the maze was so trashed, and you could not only trashed from paths being trampled, but because the corn had dried up to where you could see stuff.
Right.
There was a different set of clues and things that we were using to reference, like, well, is this the right path when you're not using the map itself? And it was, the path still looked more worn on the right path. As
Even
well
on day 2?
even on day 2.
Wow.
As well as
That surprises
like the passive pickup of when you got closer to the midpoints. I think there are 3 or 4 bridges that represent the midpoints.
Right.
They have like the plastic safety netting to enforce this isn't a shortcut area.
Sure.
So when we started seeing the orange fencing in the corn, we knew we're close.
Right.
So then it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But even at that point, you still have to figure out how to
right.
get
But
to
once
the
you
right.
get close, you're like, all right. Well,
Yeah.
we're on the right.
Sure.
zone ish.
hard to hide orange
Right.
fencing.
Right. That's
in
not
the
natural.
Green corn. Yeah. But that's something that we've enjoyed the last
It was fun.
3 or 4 years.
We enjoyed it too.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that this weekend. But I guess my big thing that happened this weekend that wasn't really this weekend was yesterday, and actually started Monday night without our knowledge.
Uh-oh.
And my daughter, I mentioned prior, she has gone off to college, and she has left behind her cat, which is like her baby.
Oh.
And I mean, whatever, the cat. I mean, I'm not.
How old is it?
5 or so.
Oh. Wow.
Um,
Is that young in cat years?
I don't even.
No,
How many years is a cat year?
Like I know.
Well,
what's a normal lifespan of a cat? I'm allergic to cats, so I don't know.
So?
Is it?
Yeah,
oh, all right.
something like
so
that. Kind of like a small dog or a dog.
Okay.
So the cat, when my wife lets the dog out to the backyard, that cat loves to run to the back wall, to the slider, and try and bolt out the door. And she's an indoor cat. She's never been a day in her life outside since she's lived at our house.
Yeah.
Well, apparently she got out without my wife knowing, and we didn't know until yesterday morning. So the cat was outside and just gone. And my wife, I mean, if I ever get a phone call from my wife on my commute,
something's going down.
It's going to be a bad day.
Bad day.
So that was the beginning of a bad day yesterday when she realized the cat is completely missing. And
so is it that fast that it got out the door and Shane didn't
she's
notice?
quiet, stealthy.
Fucking cats, man.
They are. So, yeah, that was kind of the day of my wife literally running around the neighborhood with a bag of treats and yelling her name in tears the entire time.
Oh, so did she not go to work?
She was late getting to work, and then anytime anyone mentioned the cat, she would cry, so she was crying at work.
No.
And she's calling me at work, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't see the cat on the camera.
There's no cat in my cube.
Yeah.
And finally, I think it was around, it had to have been around 3 or so, I got this, I don't even know how to explain it, a half hysterical cry laugh phone call from my wife saying that she had just found the cat. So the cat had come back into the backyard, luckily. And we always just thought she was too stupid to figure this out. But she came back to the backyard, and my wife just happened to go back there when she was back there.
Been back there. Oh.
And there she got her back in the house. So
was she covered in like spider webs?
She was just dirty,
like
a little dirty.
Dirty.
I mean, she spent the night outside. Who knows where?
Oh, got in some sort of fight.
Yeah, my wife's biggest concern was that our daughter was going to hate her forever for losing her cat.
Did she tell Melly?
No. See, Melly's coming home Thursday.
Will she find out tomorrow?
Thursday night.
What's today?
Today
Wednesday?
is Wednesday. And so we had to have the cat back,
No.
whether it was a furry flat from
Here's
the road.
your cat. Mom, my cat is not that color. Oh, yeah, we had it die.
I actually had a coworker
suggest
that we go get another. I'm like, this not going to work, man.
Oh.
This cat has very specific.
A look-alike cat? A doppel cat?
Oh, gosh.
Doppelganger?
It has very specific personality traits that no other cat's going to have. I mean, even when my wife was picking her up to bring her in the house, she hissed at her. That's the kind of piece of shit cat this is. So, yeah.
Fuck you, cat.
So that was a low light of the extended weekend, but happily the cat is home and safe, and Sparkle can pee in her box. And
does she go? So she doesn't go outside for any other.
No,
it's just she races for it. So I guess now
it's like a game for her, I think, to like try and get outside. With me, if I take the dog to the back and I let the dog out, if the cat's even close, I'm sweeping my leg around me like, get the fuck away from me. You're not getting out on my watch. And so it's gotten to the point where if I go to the door to let the dog out, she doesn't go to the door anymore. But with my wife, she knows because she's been able to get out a couple times, and then my wife will be like, Sparkle, and then go out and get her and bring her back in. But you have to recognize that she's actually
that she got out
the
door.
Yeah, if you don't see her get out or hear, she doesn't have a collar or anything.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dead silent.
We jumped through so many hoops in Roseville to have the dogs tagged.
Yeah.
Cats don't have to have that?
She's indoor, I think.
Oh.
I don't think I don't know.
You have lucky neighbors.
We're probably
my neighbors, if I didn't have a collar on my dogs, I'm sure I would get nasty grams.
We're probably breaking laws.
Oh.
Yeah, we're probably criminals, I'm sure.
Heathen.
It's like a 5th-degree felony for us to have a cat with no collar.
Like a $30,000 fine for a no-collared pussy.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that was total bullshit. Anyway.
Well, now you got the cat back.
We got the cat back. So,
and then your daughter may or may not listen to the podcast, and
she won't listen to the
story.
podcast, but we'll end up telling her when she's home. So she'll find out regardless.
Does your cat look dirty? Does it look a little dirtier than normal? Do you know why? Because it's a hobo cat.
It's a hobo cat. She literally has a stick with a fucking...
Sometimes your cat likes to go outside and just binge on some other family's catnip and litter box.
It was frustrating because I don't know what to tell my wife. The cat's out. I don't know where she is. If I knew where she is, she wouldn't be out. So it's just...
Someone was asking...
It was frustrating.
Some of the gamer things was someone was picking up a new cat for their kids, and is there a way, is there some sort of training that you do for a cat that gets it to be more lovable like a dog as opposed to like independent?
Well, I think
the general consensus was hit and miss, flip a coin.
It's you can get a cat that is the most lovey cat ever, that wants to spend time with you, that will come and rub on your leg and meow at you and please pet me.
Yeah.
Or you can get the cat like my daughter's cat, which like doesn't give a shit about you, doesn't want to be around you. If you pet her, she hisses at you.
Now, does she do that with Melly too?
Oh yeah, everybody.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So what the fuck's the point of a cat?
To kick.
Yeah.
I don't.
What?
know.
It's a football.
As far as it's a football with hair.
Oh my God.
I don't know. And then I've never done anything to her. Sometimes I just kind of stare at her until she like gives in. But I think that is predatory behavior for her.
I think she's just getting bored with you, and she thinks she's winning.
She doesn't like me because of that. Well, it's the only thing I've ever done to her, because I just kind of give her this
stare. I've read that somewhere that if you ever end up in a staring contest thing with your pet, whatever. It's don't be the first one to break.
Yeah, no, I don't. I totally don't.
Yeah.
I'm not looking back right now either.
Oh, hell no.
Poking at
no.
my eyes.
I'm trying to split things with the cord.
But, no, she's just not the greatest.
As a dog guy.
Yeah.
And I love the dogs.
Uh-huh.
It would be so weird to have that kind of participation in the house.
Super independent animal that doesn't care.
I'm just feeding someone that has no fucks for the family.
That's exactly how it feels.
It's like I can go to the dogs at any point in the day. I had this talk with a coworker. I can go to the dogs at any point in the day, and it's like a stress relief. I'll just sit down with the dogs and let them lick the face or give them a hug.
Please don't say that.
Lick the face. And and I don't have to. It's not like a beg thing.
Yeah.
It's like the dog. They're like happy to be there.
They want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
If I had to go begging trying to get a cat to sit in my lap and it wanted no fucks to deal with me, I'd be like, why are you here?
Yeah. I know. But it's not my cat. Yeah. And I don't clean the litter box, and I don't feed it.
Well, now Shan does, right?
But that was their decision to get the cat.
Oh.
I was against
mommy, daddy, mommy, daughter cat.
I don't want a cat. And it was my daughter's cat. It was something she wanted, so my wife was like, sure. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything with this cat. I'm not taking care of it. It's not my cat. That's it. If it gets
close to the door, I'm going to kick the cat.
I might give her a little pet on the head or let her smell me or whatever.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Who pays for the cat?
Well, indirectly.
No.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
sad dad.
Well, kids don't have any damn money. Yeah, sad dad.
Sad dad, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
I mean, litter and food, whatever. So sometimes you just gotta absorb that stuff.
How long is she back for? The whole weekend?
She leaves Monday morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holiday? School? What's the deal?
Wife's birthday
Oh.
is Monday. Well, she's missing basically.
Is there midterms? Did they have midterms?
Yeah, she's got midterms right now.
Melling right now?
Yeah.
Because high school, Piper just had hers.
Yeah, she's had midterms this week, and she's got a big test coming up tomorrow.
So she takes her
tomorrow.
test and then jumps on a bus? Is she doing the
No,
bus?
she's flying in.
Flying?
Yeah, coming in Southwest like 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh.
So should be good. Should be good.
Let's make sure the door's locked tonight
Yeah,
and tomorrow.
I know. Now that's become the joke.
Well, and
The
I
cat's
have
still
to
here.
wonder too if once the cat's been out for that long a time, now is there
I think she was scared shitless.
oh really?
Well, the first thing she did when she came in the house was go use the litter box. Almost like, I've been holding this. I don't know where to go.
How interesting.
And there's no ready food. There's no food available at the ready outside.
Yeah.
It's not like she's been declawed. She has her claws, so she could have
That
caught
is
something. but
mouse.
I don't
How
think
do I
that
catch
she,
this?
Yeah, I don't think she would have eaten a mouse.
Bang, bang, bang.
So,
Huh.
yeah. So anyway, that leads us to our next new segment. We're going to be kind of swapping segments on shows, but our next new segment that we're gonna work on over time. This one is you had to be there, which
Had
is
to be there.
embarrassing stories about us personally. And I'm gonna let you take the lead on this.
Oh
one.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so let's hear. I want to hear the Foo embarrassing story. Because,
Hot like wasabi balls. That's what I summarized mine.
All right.
So this is an older story from when I used to play adult rec league basketball up in Auburn. And a high school buddy got me to play. I'm not a basketball guy, but I'm really fast. So I'm tenacious. I'll put it that way.
Uh-huh.
So the way I play basketball is just all over, like a BB in a boxcar kind of thing.
Okay, I can see that.
So can't shoot too well, but over the course of time playing this rec league for a number of years, he helped me tear down my shot and get better at it. So I had built on a high endurance, good fundamentals understanding of strategy in basketball and whatnot, high mobility kind of thing. But the way I play was just terror on my knees.
Okay.
Runner by trade, endurance runner. That's my
So you're saying
jam.
that when you play basketball, you're harder on your knees than if you were
right
just running.
because I do a lot of like back forward, like
Oh, okay,
like just directional shifts.
Sure.
A lot. So
Stressful.
I've been playing this a couple of years. It started to do a number on my knees. Now, I've never broken a bone, and I've never had to have any sort of ligament surgery or anything like that. Generally, I keep it all under maintenance with icing and whatnot. So this one night, going hard. Come home, I'm icing my knee,
All right.
handling my business.
All right. So you're sore and tender.
Sore and tender.
All right.
So I'm going to leave that part there. So last week, I'm doing my run because I'm Batman for Halloween. So I'm trying to get Batman fit.
Make sure you
Batman
can look good
dad
in the suit.
bod. Right. So I'm running around here locally, getting my miles in. And I come in, I'm a hot, sweaty mess. And Piper is sitting at the table. She's doing her homework. And she goes, Daddy, what's the worst kind of pain you've ever been in? And I think she had mentioned the specific instance that I'm going to get to or something else.
Okay.
And I said, without a doubt, that. And then I went into this specific instance with my daughter and my wife in the room, and my daughter is rolling.
Okay.
And here is the instance. So I'm in the bathroom. I had just iced my knees. Get out of the shower. And I'm looking around like I was going to wrap. I usually would wrap it in an ace bandage. Before I do that, I would icy hot my knee. I'm like, well, I don't remember where the ace bandage was. Whatever. But the icy hot was right there. So I icy hot my knee.
Okay.
Reach over into my dresser. I grab, because it was hot. I was still hot. So I grab a jock strap.
Okay.
I'm not putting underwear on. Grab a jock strap, and I start, because I just got out of the shower, so I'm naked as a jaybird. I had just icy hotted my knee. And so the jock strap, right? So you've got the pouch, and you've got the two things up the ass, your G-string ass cheeks.
Sure.
Very minimalist.
Yes.
Very minimalist.
Not a lot there.
There's not a lot there.
Magic Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
So I loop it on my good knee, nothing on it, loop it on the other one, and I'm like, oh, be cognizant of the icy hot on your knee, dumbass.
Right.
Thought I had covered all my bases, but apparently I had grazed the icy hot with the pouch. I had grazed the icy hot. And what had ended up happening was that I pulled the jockstrap up onto my body,
Yes.
covered my tenders, and the icy hot lit my balls on fire, something so fierce that it was a pain I cannot describe in words, and it didn't end.
Oh.
And so my daughter is now sitting at the table, and I'm just the same exact story, and my daughter's like,
dude.
fuck. I'm like, absolutely, without a doubt, the worst pain I've ever felt. Like, I don't know what childbirth is like. I would rather maybe possibly do that. I said, there's nothing you can do about icy hot on your balls. It is intense fire.
It soaks in.
And it doesn't, you can't do, I'm like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm looking around for like, I go get a bowl and put some milk in it and try and teabag a bowl of milk. Like, it's not going to work.
Right.
I'm in so much pain. Even if I could physically manage to do that,
Okay.
I would not have the wherewithal, because I was in so much pain, to take the jock strap off. I got it back down to my knees, but then it was over because it was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm
there.
like, fish dance, like, oh, God, help me. I would not have been able to, I didn't make it anywhere except for the bathroom floor, where I tried to air my balls out in a semi-fetal position
All right.
of immense sadness and pain.
And uncomfortable.
And you can't, it's nothing. It's oil-based.
Yeah.
Once it's on there, it's on and fire.
Oh.
And I got to explain that story to my daughter. The worst pain. I said, I would rather be kicked in the balls than have
because
any amount.
that would subside.
Yes, and it was. You just sit there and wait it out. Absolutely,
dude. Yeah.
Unbearable pain.
Yeah, I'm happy I haven't had that.
And it was a jock strap. I'm like, there's no. All I have to do is miss my knee with the pouch. And if I had the ace bandage,
I almost wonder if you had maybe a little too much in one spot and it hit that cake.
It like,
you know what I mean?
Aside from the before, like, I don't remember a lot of the pain, like what happened while I was just kind of curled up on and I don't even remember how long it was, but it was bad. And I say that from because I had. On the same knee, I had platelet. Were we in the Hangouts back then? I had. They take your blood, and they spin it in a centrifuge.
Yeah.
And then they add some sort of reagent to it, and then they inject that into your, like a ligament zone, and it helps foster growth where you have low blood flow.
Uh-huh.
I watched a guy, inject me multiple times in that knee. And I took pictures of it. Like,
Yeah.
no big deal.
Yes, you did mention this.
Multiple injections. No big deal.
I think you
Filmed
talked
it.
about this at one of the
And then
get-togethers.
I came home and I did yard work. The pain pills wasn't, no big deal. This Ben Gay, Icy Hot, on your balls. Don't do it.
I bet you it probably has someone
Sad dad.
on the tube that says don't do that shit.
Don't even get it close. Don't even look at it wrong. It's bad news, man.
Yeah.
My son wasn't in the room, but I'll be sure to make sure that he knows the story about Ben. I'm like, if you ever think about doing that as a joke to some of your buddies, don't.
Yeah.
I'll flick a little drop onto your nuts, and you can know the pain that your dad was in.
Brutal. Yeah. All right.
That's my embarrassing story. Icy hot balls.
All right. So I'll get into mine here. My embarrassing story was one time, and I want to say Data's was a little guy, and we were coming home from dinner or something. This was a long time ago, and we're coming down Roseville Parkway, and it hits me like, hey man, you better fucking get to the bathroom because you are gonna have a problem.
Mud butt.
Yeah, like the most intense pain in the stomach you can imagine.
Yeah.
And sweating and clenching and holy shit, and I'm driving.
Oh boy.
So I am driving fucking erratically to get the
hot
car
sweats
home.
have started.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh God, I'm not even sure I'm going to make it. It's that bad. And so we finally get to the house, and I mean, I don't even put the car in the garage. I literally come to a stop in the driveway, and I run into the house.
Because the runs are coming.
Because if I don't, we're going to have to sell the car. Because I will fucking ruin it. Or it's going to be sprayed from the garage all the way through the house to the bathroom.
So you're running.
I run to the quickest bathroom I can make it to with ease, which is the kids' bathroom on the other side of the house. Because otherwise, if I got to go to the master, I got to
make a right turn, left turn.
Shit. Yeah, so I go to the other side. And I get in there and I rip the pants off and I sit down, and it is like a jet engine with afterburners on.
Messerschmitt.
And at that point, you're kind of wishing you maybe had put seatbelts on the toilet because that's how it felt. Okay?
Yeah.
And just the relief. Oh, God, I made it. And so I'm sitting there. And then I hear meow, and
you shit on the cat.
I'm like, what? And I turn around, so right above the toilet in this bathroom is a window. Our old cat Bear was sitting in the window and now has witnessed
the shitting,
and he's probably not happy because cats smell about 1,000 times better than we do.
Right.
So he's deciding, this is bullshit, I'm out of here, and he is coming down the wall straight towards my back.
Oh, God.
And I'm just seeing in my mind claws coming down my back. And I go, oh, shit. And I stand up. Oh,
no.
And the cat goes into the toilet.
Oh, no.
Into the soup toilet and splashes my shit everywhere.
No.
I'm not kidding. Kaploosh. And then fucking jumps out of the toilet and takes off because that dude was just in the toilet.
Yeah.
Which cats don't like water or shit
or
for
shit.
that matter.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, and on the floor, the cabinet, the wall, the tub next to me, the back of my legs, my pants and underwear are just drenched in my own shit.
Wow.
All of the driving and the running to the bathroom
Ruined by a cat.
for naught. Because the cat just took a dive head straight on into the bowl of my shit.
So you're in the kids' room. So it wasn't like you didn't shut the door.
Oh, no, I
so
didn't
the
have
cat
time.
has escaped.
Yeah. So then I yell, oh, shit, the cat just fell
Who
in
wants
the
to touch
shitty
that?
toilet and ran off. And my wife, by this time, is in the house, and she's yelling at me like I have done something wrong.
The mobile turd is on the loose.
She's yelling at me, why did you stand up? All these other things.
Yes.
And so that was not fun to clean up.
Wow.
Yeah. So
How did you catch the cat?
Well, I had to get myself in the bathroom cleaned up and before I could get to the cat. So it was a process.
Wow.
That was probably
You had to clean up yourself.
Yeah, myself.
How long did that
The
take?
bathroom.
What'd you have to bathe the cat in?
The tub. The cat got a tub bath.
How much shit did it get?
Well, it went into the toilet through the seat.
Where did it go?
It just bolted out into the house. Yeah. So dragging my shit with him. Yeah. So Bear eventually got cancer and died. I probably attribute that to the fact that
bathing in your squalor.
He basically took a bath in my sewer, my butt sewer. So, yeah. So that's my my very embarrassing story that I do tell actually from time to time. I don't care. Amazing. We've made it through episode 3.
We got through the threesome. I'm looking forward to the foursome?
Oh.
Four-way?
4-way.
Quad?
See, at that point, there's
Quintuple?
a decision to be made because I think in a threesome, most guys would pick 2 chicks in themselves.
Yeah,
If you're doing a foursome,
yeah.
are you
hoping for 3 ladies, or are you just swapping out?
I don't think I'd want a
Yeah.
pogo stick near me.
No.
I think it would have to be 3 ladies. That's not an invitation, by the way.
No, yeah.
I'm married.
I'm married.
Sad.
Happily.
Sad and married. So, well, hey, anyway, we made it through episode 3. Hey, thanks for
Faceballs in the Twitter nuts.
Thanks for listening. We're happy to have you. Please share.
Make comments. Hopefully.
Comments.
You have any questions?
Feedback?
Feedback?
Not like silly feedback. Like, ooh, because that's not. We don't want to hear that.
No, not any kind of those test tones or presidential alerts.
Or guitar feedback.
Yeah, real feedback.
Yeah. So, but yeah, thanks for listening, guys. And we'll catch you next week.
Catch you next week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks a lot.